This
6 p.m.
conference will now be recorded.
I'd like to call the March 8th meeting of the Tilton Parks Commission to order. Before we start, please mute your microphone during the meeting unless you want to speak, otherwise background noise will interfere. As chair of this meeting, due to COVID-19 crisis, in accordance with the governor's new emergency order, pursuant to Executive Order 2020-04, this board is authorized to meet electronically, and these reasons shall be reflected in the minutes. Catherine, are you taking minutes? I hope so. Please note there is no physical location to observe and listen to this meeting, which was authorized pursuant to the governor's emergency orders. However, in accordance with the emergency order, this is to confirm that we are providing public access to the meeting via telephone. Additional public access by video or other electronic means will be available at tiltonnh.org under meeting schedules and agendas. We are providing public notice of the necessary information for accessing this meeting at the Tilton Town website, tiltonnh.org, and at the town kiosk. D, we are providing a mechanism for the public to alert the body during the meeting that a member of the public wishes to speak or recognize during any public comment or public hearing session. We are also providing a mechanism for the public to alert the body during the meeting if there are problems with access. Anybody has a problem, please email web@tiltonnh.org, which is monitored during the meeting. We'll adjourn the meeting if the public is unable to access this meeting. Please note that all votes are taken during this meeting shall be done by roll call. Let's start the meeting by taking a roll call. Attendance. When each member states they're present, also state whether there is anyone in the room with you during the meeting, which is required under the right to know law. Okay, Catherine.
Nothing here, and I am alone.
Thank you. Peter?
Fog present, 2 dogs in and out.
2 dogs and a what?
Present, in and out.
Okay. Thanks, Marina. Ellie?
Ellie, alone in the office.
Michael?
Yes, my girlfriend Claire is in the kitchen cooking dinner with me.
We're all going over to Mike's house for dinner. So.
Come on over.
Thank you, everybody. And if I fade out or I pass out or anything, it's because I had my first shot today and my arm is starting to throb a little bit. So,
Marina Sumner here, alone. Thank you.
oh, I thought you said that already, Marina. Sorry.
No, I helped to repeat what Peter was saying.
I see. Okay. Thank you. And I guess we're not going to get Billy in tonight. So,
Tim Pearson here with the Town Hall Ghost. That's it.
We all received the minutes from the last meeting because Ellie sent them to us already. So I will entertain a motion regarding the minutes. Welcome, Billy. Hi, Bill.
Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you fine.
Okay, great. Yeah, for some reason my computer opens up and says there's no internet. So I have to like open a bunch of things and it says, oh yeah, there is internet. It's a good old Fairpoint.
Fairpoint, yes.
That's why I call in.
All right.
We're just going over the minutes, and I asked for a motion to accept Ellie's minutes from last month, or do I have a
I make a
motion?
motion to accept.
Thank you, Marina. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any additional discussion, or are we ready to take a roll vote? Seeing no discussion, I'll move. Marina moved to accept last month's meetings submitted by Ellie. All in favor, say aye as I call your name. Catherine Dawson,
I abstain.
Peter Fogg,
Fogg, yes.
Marina Sumner,
Yes,
Ellie,
Yes.
Bill Lawrence.
Aye.
Mike, you're not allowed to vote, so so moved. Minutes have passed. Thank you, Ellie. And Catherine, you're doing minutes this month. Good. Moving on. Old business. Where do we stand on the roof for Riverfront Pavilion? Catherine.
The only estimate that I've been able to get is the one that I sent you. I got nobody responding. I don't know if it's me or what, but I've had no one else look at it. No one call me back.
Okay, Marina's talked to one gentleman, Josh Ross, and I tried him over the weekend. At one point, his number was busy, so I've not reached out to him. Do you want to reach out to him, Catherine? And he's very interested. I
Is
just
he?
feel that you already talked to some people and told them what we need for estimates. So
What's his name?
Josh Ross, Ross,
What's his number?
860-8084.
Say it again.
860,
860
yes, 8084.
8084. All right, got it.
Marina, any more background information on him? I know you gave it to me, but
yes. He was recommended by Briarcrest, where my aunt lives in Laconia, off of 106. The park that's there, and he has done many roofs in the park, and he was highly recommended by a couple of people that was in the office there. And I did speak with him a couple of times personally about doing shoveling for driveways and my aunt's roof. But I had mentioned this to him a while back if he was interested, and he said yes. So I would call him at your earliest convenience because I told him about it quite a while ago.
Okay, I'll call him tomorrow.
Awesome. Very nice.
Thank you for giving me another name.
You're welcome. I believe he's Northfield and Laconia area too, so he's someone local.
Very nice.
Catherine, you said you sent us the estimate on the one roof contractor.
Last fall.
Can
If
you
you don't have it,
resend that? Because I don't.
I can dig it out and send it again. I think it was around 11,000, but I don't know. I'll dig it out and send it again.
Now, was that just for the pavilion roof, or was that also for the roof over the fishing pier?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Oh, and he knows where the park is, so he's willing to meet anyone down there at any time.
Very nice.
I just figure you're more available during the day than I am, so
Well, if you guys can't, let me know. I'll go down.
Okay, nice.
thanks, Marina.
No problem.
Anything else on the roof? Peter, do you have any suggestions who we could contact for another one? Because I know the selectmen are going to want 3 bids.
Is Page Roofing still around in Laconia?
Hmm. That's a good question. I'll be in Laconia tomorrow.
I'm not sure, Peter. I remember hearing of them, but I never. I'm not even sure where they're located in Laconia.
Yeah,
I
they were
just
pretty
looked it
big.
up.
They were a pretty big outfit. I know they. Somebody else had mentioned that they had done their roof not too long ago.
The father died a few years ago, and the sons took it over, and then one son backed out, and the other son was doing it. Still under Page Roofing.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
Did you try them, Catherine?
I had called them last fall, but I can try them again.
Okay.
Did you try FBI contracting?
Who?
Frank Iberger.
Iberger, local, Northeast Metal Roofing, Forever
Right.
Metal Roof.
Yeah, he
Oh, I
does
have to
regular.
look.
I'm just googling roofing contractors near me.
Yeah, he does
Oh, I
Yeah.
regular
get
roofs
that.
too.
I called about 12 different outfits.
Okay, and they weren't no interest or too busy.
Some of them never got back to me, and some of them weren't interested.
I would try
Yeah,
the FBI. I've heard good reports about them.
yeah, he's done a number of roofs in the area. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on from that, our next item of old business is, I guess we still are working on the 132 ball field, even though we don't have um, ownership, so to speak, of that. But Catherine, you mentioned today you have somebody looking at it.
Sorry, I was typing. Yeah, so when the selectmen took it over, I talked to Jeannie to let her know what we were doing, and she asked me to continue to get those bids. The selectmen got a bid from Meridian, which was in the 100,000 range. So I got a hold of Bobby Claridge, lives down here in Lockmere, kind of
Yeah,
a one-man band. And he looked at it. By the time we got there, it was, we had that 5-inch snowstorm that turned into 2 feet. And
yeah, right.
I met him there again about, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And he was going to get me a price as soon as the snow was off. So I was going to get a hold of him Wednesday to see if he's gotten that price.
Isn't Bay Hill in the low 90s?
Bay Hill was right around 100,000, but yeah. I think Bobby's going to be considerably less. The other thing was our loan pile that the school gave us is no longer for our use. They will be gone by the time they're done landscaping this spring.
The building committee gave it away with the farm.
Well,
Can we arrest them?
I
Well,
mean, we're all town,
they
but
haven't even pitched our field.
yeah,
And
I
last
know.
year would have been the year to escrow the money because now it's going to hammer your taxes.
Promises were made. not kept. But anyway, yeah. So Bobby will be probably the least expensive, and he'll do a good job.
Now, is
Yeah,
this going to be weekend work? Does he still work for? He was working for a contractor, I think, over Lebanon way back a few years ago,
I
Monday
don't
through
think so.
Friday.
I know he just did check Mitchell's septic system a few months ago.
Well, that could be in a layoff season. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know.
when I talked to him, he said he was basically just doing stuff that he wanted to do. He didn't really need to do anything, and he was just
That's
kind
the
of doing it
impression I got.
for something to do. So I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
he'd be a great. Yeah,
I mean, this is a relatively easy job. I said, the
yeah.
problem really now is material. You know,
We're going
we
to
don't
have to buy
have
material
loam,
in.
so he's going to have to. So whoever does it's going to have to truck it in.
So, okay, we'll wait until we get that and then go back to the selectmen and see if we can get the field back from them or
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen and everything. So,
Maybe you should send them an email, Bob, and say, now that the PD's open, when do we get the park back after the landscaping?
Mm.
is that what the board wants me to do? I'll gladly send
If
Jeannie a
you're look,
request to.
well, if you're looking to do knockerball there, we best get it into our control before you schedule it.
I haven't scheduled knockleball. I'm not sure with the
Nope.
pandemic if they'll do anything, but I'll send Jeannie a email and see.
I think it's a good idea, Peter, what Peter said.
Okay. I will definitely send that email off this week to Jeannie and ask her to ask the selectmen if they will relinquish control of the field back to us so that we can proceed with using it as is this summer and uh, arrange to maybe get it leveled in a baseball diamond or, excuse me, softball diamond built there. So, any other discussion on the field?
Are you looking to possibly put up a couple of frisbee golf baskets sort of toward the tree line by Tanger just so people can practice disc golf?
Um, I would say let's get the field back and then we can discuss what, in addition to the softball field, we want out there. And, we all agree that we're not going to go with a football field. I'd also like to get the school to remove the storage unit that they have from football there and everything. We don't need that with no goalpost or any of that stuff up anymore. There's no opportunity for them to even use the field for football. So let's see if the selectmen will give us the control back again. And when is your last meeting, Peter?
Saturday.
Oh, wow. You're going to have
So,
your Thursday nights off, Peter?
After this coming one,
so
Wow.
this Thursday would be your last meeting
correct. And if you want to go to it in person, it's going to be at the PD.
at the PD. Wow. I understand they've already got a busted window in the PD.
First day, I think.
I was going to say, first and second day.
Those
They having a
drunks
party
let
for
on
you?
early.
Was it
They having a party
vandalism?
there for you, Peter?
It was a drunk in the holding cell that wasn't happy. Was he using his head?
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Well,
Moving
We're
on
gonna have a
to,
going away party for you, Peter.
hopefully not.
So did we decide not to have a football field because
It's not gonna be big enough.
I don't
Isn't
know
it
if
all
it'll
about
fit.
the size?
It's you need 60 yards by 120 yards.
plus? Yeah, 120 plus. But
Has
right.
anybody
That
actually
gets that
measured
gets
what we have left to see if it will fit?
Well, the
that
other
was
problem we had said with going with a football field is the only ones that can use it is the high school and middle school. The high school doesn't want it because they play their home games on their own athletic fields. And if we spend all the money to put goalposts back up, we can't have it as a softball field because it would one of the goalposts would be in the middle of the infield for the softball. So we had said we would just go with the softball field, which families could use for family outings. There is no softball field available for youth outside of the school in Tilton, from what that girl said that came before us and everything. So that was the reason I thought we had decided to go with the softball field.
and could it be a multi fields though? I mean, could you put a soccer field on there? Or?
I mean, I suppose you could play soccer on it because softball doesn't have a raised diamond.
Okay, yeah.
although they may have a stone dust infield,
What was that,
non-grass.
Peter? You broke up.
They may have a non-grass infield, stone dust.
That's true.
That's
So it's
okay. I've
only
played on plenty of fields that had that.
then sure, Bill, not a problem.
Sure.
You just have to have your portable goals to set up,
Right.
and if you need to put pins, pin them in, we could put posts in the ground to pin them to.
Well, I was
So
just
you can
thinking if multi field, you could even maybe have an ultimate frisbee
correct.
uh, teams if somebody wanted to start one, something like that. Be alternate
How
because you
about
can't always use.
badminton?
But
I'd like a
you can't always
volleyball team.
use the high school fields that are not always available.
I mean, I could see definitely using it as a ultimate frisbee. I know my niece played in middle school and high school the ultimate frisbee, and they played right across softball fields and baseball fields. They
Sure. Yeah.
just used outside of the pitches mound and everything. So that would be something we could discuss as we move forward and everything. I mean, I wouldn't see us restricting it just to people playing softball. I mean, we knew that 132 was used by residents to practice golf and knock around golf balls. I would see us doing the same thing there, and as Peter said, putting in some frisbee golf post and so forth out by the tree line. It could be used for frisbee and so forth. So I think it's much more viable and usable as a softball field than a football field.
Sounds good.
So moving on to other new business, membership. I was looking at our roster today, and Ellie, didn't you get reappointed last year?
Yep.
Because they show you as your term expiring in 2021.
Nope, I got sworn in last year and we got sworn in again this year.
Okay, I thought that. I will also reach out to Jeannie on that.
Ask Gail to look back in when it was back in the fall sometime, right, Jeannie? Ellie?
Yes, it was.
What
Ask Gail.
happened is it went from Cindy, who the town clerk always charted all of that and took care of it. Now, for some reason, it's in the administrator's office.
So is that Gail's office or Jeannie's?
I don't know. I do know that I got papers from Cindy, and I thought it was 2019 that I needed to swear in these people to put us back into the right pattern of, appointments.
Yeah,
She wanted
you and
us to
I
serve,
are up in 2023.
right. But
Ellie is
you're,
up in 2020, and Bill is up in 2024, I think you were, and Marina is up this year. So,
I have those papers in my briefcase at town hall. Your term is not supposed to expire until somebody is appointed to replace you, technically by law. But typically, what we've done after town meeting, the deliberative session, we reappoint those who need to be appointed.
okay, I was just trying to look quick as we were talking. Uh, um, it's not letting me.
Well, I know I was originally sworn in back in like October of 2019, and I took over Michelle's spot. And then I got
Right.
sworn in again last March, and then Peter did it again in the fall. So I've
So,
been sworn in twice.
hey, Bob,
Yes.
the only ones I see here are Catherine expiring in 23, you in 23, Bill in 22, and Ellie in 23. Those are the only members I see listed here.
Okay, Ellie is in 23. I, I had looked early today and it was 2020 on the list I saw. So I do see that it's 23. Good. So Marina has to get sworn in again. Of course, we don't know who our new ex officio will be now that Peter is stepping off the board of selectmen. So we'll have to wait there. And I've already, Peter, can I discuss our comments that you sent me today, or would you keep that?
Sure. Sure, you can go verbatim too if you'd like.
I sent Peter an email this morning, or actually last night, and just wondering where you are not running for selectman. Are you willing to serve on parks as a member instead of an ex officio? And his reply was, depends upon King Joseph and who controls the park. If Joe wants it, I'm giving it to him. So I
You
assume
can
you
have
mean
it.
if he is the ex officio, you will not be a member.
No, well, no. Basically, if the BOS wants to keep it, shove it up their ass. Let them have it.
Okay.
I'm confused. Are you talking about if they want to keep the ball field?
Yeah, and then depending on Saturday, you're going to have the island one now. If it becomes ours, who takes control of that?
Yeah.
So,
You don't make a commission and then split and choose what they get to control within their domain.
right.
I agree with you, Peter.
And that's what they're doing.
I know, I
Yep.
agree with you, but
And because of Joseph, it's going to cost us more to fix the field, because when I asked last September at a
Yep.
selectmen's meeting about getting bids to escrow, that brought up the discussion of, well, the selectmen still control it. So I said, fine, we ought to get quotes, and they just didn't do anything in time.
It was also brought up at last year's town meeting as a promise to us that it was going to be taken care of.
Mhm.
So it's been a year.
We could have done it out of last year's taxes, and we still would have had a reduction from the previous year.
Mhm.
Yep.
If
See, we
not,
need you on this commission to fight with us.
it may be more fun as some member from the public. Remember,
You are
Dennis?
from the public.
Well,
You
no,
will
just
be
doing
from
it
the
instead of a
public.
board member, as a commission member, just as a public person.
Right. So you need to be sworn in as a public member.
I don't know, just public.
He means just a public comment that he can
I'm
make.
not letting him go that easy. No.
Well, let's see what the king chooses. When's he going to give it over back to the parks?
You need to
I'll let
join
you
us
know
in
when
that
I get an
fight.
email. Marina, can I ask you to serve another term with us?
I'm still thinking no.
You go, girl.
You can't go out without a bag at the Christmas parade. You need to serve another term so you can have at least one more Christmas
Mhm.
celebration,
I've done,
right, Ellie?
I've
Absolutely.
done 10 years. 10 years.
Too
Term
bad.
limits, Marina. That's what you say. Term limits.
Yes. The term ended.
Bill and I have been on for what, 25 years, Bill?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Lost Bob Cormier for help. I had to get a hold of him for all the contacts to put in the book to hand over.
So, okay, I can't ask it. We'll need to talk between now and when I send Jeannie the email. So,
So did
okay,
Catherine have someone of interest to be on the board?
Yeah, but she didn't show up tonight, did she?
he hasn't shown up at any point.
No.
Who was it? I don't think you shared her name.
Her name is Ann Miranda. She lives on Mill Street. She's a nice lady. I mean, there could be a perfectly good reason why she couldn't join us tonight. But I did text her all the information. She's anxious. I mean, you know.
Aren't they all?
So,
No,
Until it's
she's
something
new.
negative, and then they'll be
Yeah,
there.
she's new in town, so she wants to get involved.
I'll ask her again and
Oh, I will. I'm
see.
not going to let her go. But that doesn't mean Peter and Marina get to jump ship.
I agree, Catherine. You work on them.
Well, I wanted to go to town meeting on Saturday. Is everybody going?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. Do I have to?
Yes.
Catherine,
I feel a case of COVID coming on.
Catherine,
Yeah,
could I?
Peter, isn't our neighborhood shut down?
Yes. Yes, our mailboxes are too close. You came in contact.
No, I'm not. I've decided not to talk to Billy anymore. He didn't sign up for the budget committee again.
I
Oh.
didn't. Was I supposed to?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh my
No
God.
one, no one told me that it was ending. No one contacted me. I didn't
Kath,
know.
Catherine, he still serves until someone replaces him in his stead. You just said that earlier. So if there's an opening, he's still
There's an
in.
opening. He's going to get appointed.
Just write me in if they're voting.
Yeah.
I was
I
going
didn't
to say,
realize that
I was
I
going to
didn't
write
know.
you in whether you wanted me to or not, Billy.
No one mentioned that my term was up. I had no
Nobody
idea.
told you?
No,
Wasn't that
not like
nice?
I looked it up either. But
Usually you
if
know when
six
you
of
sign up
us,
for something.
if six of us write him in for it, he'll be
yeah,
elected, I'm sure.
well, that's how I got in last time.
If two vote for him, I think he's got it.
Okay, everybody, write Bill Lawrence in for Budget Committee. Okay, next item, a new item, is Marina did contact Wildlife Encounters, and we have them tentatively scheduled for June 19th. And in September, I have not paid the bill, waiting until we discuss it. And once we discuss it, I will pay the bill, Tim, by the credit card and get the receipt to you and everything. So,
I sent
um,
Tim and Bob the invoices, so you guys have those.
yes, I have the invoices and I can share those with Tim.
I already did.
Okay, well,
You didn't have to worry about it. I took care of it.
thank you.
You did. You did. I've got them all set.
So, do I need to find those invoices for the rest of the commission, or are we set to pay? It's this, I believe, the same price as other years. And do you remember what it was off the top of your head, Marina?
No, I'm looking at it. I didn't send it to everybody because I wanted you guys to make sure it was okay.
How come the Parks Commission isn't listed? Members listed on the town website.
It is.
Where?
You have to go at the very top of the park. It's
Yeah.
teeny, teeny, tiny, and then it
Yeah.
will, you can click on for commissioners.
I did that.
Well, sometimes you got to scroll down.
I did that.
Well, it's there. I was on it this afternoon.
Bill, if you go to the main menu and just scroll down to where it says Board and Commissions,
Yeah.
on the left, it has something like I think it says members,
Board of
list.
Selectmen, Budget Committee, Planning Board, Conservation Commission, and Main Street Committee.
Now, if you're on the main menu on the homepage, underneath
Yeah.
boards and commissions, it's the second item, board listings and members.
Yeah, I'm on the Town of Tilton Boards and Commissions right now.
Okay, and then you just scroll down in there and you should see the planning board. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's Conservation Commission and Main Street Commission, Planning Board, Budget. For some reason, maybe I need to reduce the page or something.
Bob,
If you
it's
scroll-
371.
Thanks, Marina.
Yeah, yeah, I had it here too, sorry. Yeah,
All right.
360.
For some reason, it's not listing it on my page. Oh, wait a second. Now I see it. There's a scroll. Okay. Yeah, there it is.
See, told ya.
The scroll was so small I couldn't see it.
Okay, so getting back to the wildlife encounters, do I have permission to pay the first invoice for $371? for the June 19th showing at 11 o'clock.
So moved.
Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, instead of taking a roll call, just everybody except Marina, hold their thumb up and I'll read your name. Catherine's yes, Peter's yes, Ellie's yes, Bill's yes, Marina,
Yes.
yes. So moved. Thank you. Okay, I will pay that and let Tim know once it's been paid and everything and get a confirmation that it's paid to Tim. Next item is the cleanup day at Buffalo Park. This also came up at the Conservation Commission meeting, and they were all for us spearheading a cleanup day out there. And several of their members said they would be willing to assist us on that cleanup day. And looking, we had talked about tying it in towards Earth Day, and looking, Earth Day is April 22nd. So I'm thinking maybe if we set it for Saturday, the 24th. And Peter, would you be available with your saw? Because I know you were approved to use your saw out there and I was. So the
Got a
two of us,
certificate.
and Mike,
That should
what was that, Marina?
He's got a certificate.
Yes.
Uncertifiable.
Yeah.
Mike, I didn't know if the ag department would be available on that day. The Future Farm is, or
Yeah, so the 24th, I can definitely mention it to my students. And we have been doing some cleanup. So we got pretty much the whole side, where the little parking lot is, and we cleared that, the Buffalo Trail, that's all cleared now. And it's just basically like the back side of the park over across the stream.
okay,
So we've been doing some work, and we're still not done with it yet. There's still definitely a couple more days worth of work out there. Well, I guess I should say, I meant days, like days. So like like an hour, like probably 3, 4, 5 hours worth of work. But yeah, we'll try and get out there by you know by Earth Day, and yeah, I mean, I think our FFA kids will be able to come out, and yeah, I mean, it's shaping up. It's looking a lot better. We did
good.
do a lot of
Thank you,
clearing,
Mike.
so
I appreciate that. So
yeah.
I will put a flyer together and run that by. I'm thinking like making it just a couple hours, doing it like 10 to noon or 10 to 1 or so. I don't think we need a full day's workshop out there. I mean, the general public, we can have them do minor brush removal with clippers and loppers. There's a lot of barberry that's showing up along the trail. They could definitely cut that and just cut and drop that. There's quite a bit of trash that they could pick up and everything. So um, we'll definitely be able to work out there, even with Mike's work and everything. So
Yeah, and I just realized too, that's the beginning of our April break. So uh, we might not get as many students, but I think what we'll do is we'll definitely go out on that day, like Thursday, April 22nd. We'll definitely go out that day and clear up and do some stuff then. But I'll still put it out to the kids that that's going on the 24th, but it might be a little more difficult because it's vacation.
I kind of suspected that. So just looking at that, Mike, would we be better to move it back to the 17th?
I mean, yeah, we could do it the 17th, yeah, if you want to. Again, I don't.
Where
I
it, Where
Make it
Earth
different.
Day
I don't want you to
falls on
change
the
the date just
third,
for us.
I
What's
mean,
that?
where Earth Day falls on the Thursday, we could do it the Saturday before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want you guys to have to work around us because, like, I can, probably wrangle 5 or 6 kids, but I don't know how many, you actually need. So, that's just one of those things that if you think the 24th would be better because it's closer, that's all up to you.
Peter, are you available the 17th or the 24th?
Yes.
Both days, I'm assuming. So, okay, let's go the 17th, and then we're not in conflict with your school vacation and everything. So, unless somebody else has a conflict on the 17th, and Bill, I know that's your day open, so you won't be able to help us. She'll be there in spirit and everything. So,
Right.
Catherine, are you available the 17th? Or
That's a Saturday, right?
yes,
I should be, yeah, it's Saturday morning, did you say?
yeah, like 9 to noon or 10 to noon. Or,
Yep, that would be fine.
okay,
Yeah,
somebody's
sneaking
got a
and be
big
included
dog.
too, right?
Peter, that must be your dog.
Not mine.
He's voting to come on the 17th also. So,
Yeah, right.
okay, I will get that notice made up and get it out sometime this week. So, knockable, I think we'll hold off until we see if we get the field and everything, unless there's a real concern that we need to schedule it at this point, but I'd prefer to hold off. So,
Well, again,
Catherine, you asked about the egg hunt. We already discussed that and canceled it for this year because of COVID. So, I know it's funny. We don't realize how many people actually look for that. But I was telling Marina, I had one woman a week or so ago text me about it, and I've had 2 others since then asking if we were doing it this year. So
mm,
I told them no, that we're not. The Pines reached out to us as far as with wildlife encounters if we were going to have those shows. So I gave them the dates and also told them I would get them flyers once we know and everything. So at this point, I guess that's about all I had for new business, unless somebody else has got something we need to discuss. And it looks like Mike's supper's ready. So what
It does.
do you have it, Mike?
White chicken chili with some rice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds interesting.
yeah, no
Good.
thanks. I'm allergic to chili powder.
Okay, well, you'll have to skip that. So, any
Yep.
other anything else that we need to discuss, Bill?
Um, what's the fireworks situation? Are we do we have to use it or lose it or something or?
We've got that on hold right now. He would like us to use it before the 4th of July.
Okay.
If we can't come up with an event, then he could give us an extension and everything, but he'd really like us to use it by July 4th and everything. So
Question: does he do the Old Home Day fireworks?
I believe he does not do them. I
Maybe
believe
we
they
should
have some.
chat. Well, if maybe we should have a chat with Old Home Day and say, we've got this that we need to expend. Maybe you can use it and give us some money back.
That's a good idea.
Great idea.
Catherine, are you still on that committee?
No, I was on that committee for a day.
Oh,
That long?
Yeah.
You want me to call Deb Shepherd?
Yeah,
yeah,
that would
Bill, why
work.
don't you have that conversation if you would with Deb, and
Okay, sure.
we can just see what their thoughts are and everything. So,
Even if they're going to have Old Home Day, who knows?
yeah, I haven't heard if they're planning Old Home Day or if that's on cancel
Yeah.
again this year.
I think all these type of events are probably, choose as we get closer to better times, it seems.
Maybe we'll all be vaccinated by that point.
Be nice.
That'd be great.
Be real nice. I have my follow-up one on April 7th, so I will
Oh,
be
good.
fully vaccinated by April 7th. So,
Yeah,
Well,
I'm old enough I can register on the 22nd of this month.
still can't die, Marina. That's my date. But I have another thing of business. Whatever happened about the signs for the ice skating rink?
Mhm.
I,
Town, those signs. The town did a rule sign for the rink.
Right,
but it hasn't been posted.
Nope.
but we had talked about having one of those swing signs, and then we talked about having a sign on
I
one.
Mhm.
I tried to get in touch with Dave Fox on those, and to be honest, I could not get through to him. The cell phone that I had was disconnected, and the emails didn't go through. And I was going to reach out to Kelly, and I just dropped the ball. I apologize. And again, I'm not sure until we get control of that back if we should expend our money on it and everything. So
No,
I,
ask
I
the town to do it while they have it under the control out of their budget.
Why don't we ask Kevin to make us one?
That's what we talked about last month, but nothing's been done.
What
Again.
type of sign are you looking for?
Something
So
simple.
you had brought that up, Peter, but even just hand painting on a board,
Well, no, you want
plywood
like
or
a
something.
metal sign with vinyl lettering.
Well, at this point, is it even worth to do anything or,
Not for this year. It'll be preparation for
yeah.
next, so we can think about it.
Well, considering how this went, we might want to start now for next year.
yeah,
Yes,
yes.
absolutely.
Let's see if we get the park back under our jurisdiction, and if it does, I will definitely send Kevin or send Jeannie a request to see if Kevin could make us a sign that says ice rink with an arrow and put it on
Yeah.
a metal board or metal backing with vinyl. And
I thought you had done that last month. After our last meeting, you were going to ask Jeannie to ask the town guys.
I said I'd reach out to David and talk with Dave, and if we couldn't get it for
But,
the price, and
but also,
I reached out to Dave, but I couldn't get him, and I completely forgot about reaching out to Kevin. So I have a big note to myself. So
Rather than
assuming,
ask Rather than ask Kevin to make a metal sign vinyl lettering, which I don't think DPW has expertise in, maybe you talk to Tilton Sign Works and the other Tilton sign there. You've got Kelly and the Joneses. There's two local companies. and see what their recommendations are for the signs where we want them.
Okay, Tilton sign work, that's Kelly's, right?
No, she's, I think, the sign shop.
Yep.
I believe Tilton Sign Works is Stacy Jones.
Okay. I was going to say, I know Kelly is usually working the polls, so I could talk to her at the polls tomorrow and get her take on it and everything. So,
Hey, if you want, you can work the polls in my place during the day.
no, that's okay. I'm tied up. Uh,
They
Chuck
asked me if
was,
I knew anyone, and I said all my friends have jobs, unfortunately.
I had told Chuck I'd help him, and Chuck told me he had it all squared away, except at 6:30 at night if I wanted to come in and help process right. I forget what he said, but
Probably write-ins. Plus,
right
you get
in.
pizza. Yeah, and you'll get pizza.
Okay, so I figured I'd talk to him tomorrow afternoon after I get out of work and everything. But I had taken the afternoon off, and then when he said he didn't need any help, I rescheduled. So I've got 2 virtual meetings all day tomorrow. So, okay, anything else, Ellie?
Just as a reminder, we authorized last month that you could spend up to $70 if you found the right sign.
Okay, it was $70.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to, as I said, if Kelly's in there doing voting tomorrow, I'll talk to her. If not, I'll call both of them and track them down and see what we can get for our money and everything. So, thank you.
Speaking of signs, in regards to the Riverfront Park sign, down at the bottom of the stairs, the great big nice one. What's going on with that for upcoming?
Yes, Catherine, you were working with Vince on that, were you not?
I was working with Vince on signs in the park, but I thought they were the the historical ones.
It's
And
both the
actually, you know what? When COVID hit, I forgot all about it, and I haven't heard from him.
Yeah, I sent pictures out too of it, how bad it was looking, all the paint coming off, and the carved light one, down by where we park.
Yeah, the one that we plant flowers around.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Check it for rot because the PD
Yeah.
sign in front of the old PD isn't worth salvaging, and I don't know how much difference in age they are.
Mm.
Can you reach back out to him, Catherine?
Yeah, I will. I'll do it tonight.
Thank you.
And what are our thoughts in the sign out front of the park for where we put advertisement for events? Did we want to do anything about that this year?
Yeah, that should the lettering at the top is all peeling off.
Yeah, it's not in good shape.
Didn't Public Works make that?
Yes.
Oh, I thought the prisoners did.
No, they took that one down and then they made us a better one.
Maybe a better one.
It'd be nice if they could router that
Bigger.
in at the top instead of just final lettuce on it so it would last more. I think that's only like 2 years that's been up, but I will reach out to him.
Because it would be
And
nice to utilize that more.
yes, the other thing we need to continue to work on and come up with a idea for is the sleigh for
Mm-hmm.
Santa. We didn't like the design that they had. We need to come up with a better design of our own and ask them if they can make it. Or we need to purchase a sleigh, but I don't want to purchase a particle board one that's going to fall apart again on us like the one that Marina got that was gifted to us. We didn't purchase it, but it never lasted and everything. So,
I've come
uh,
across a couple of them, but they're very expensive, even, old and used and put together well. They're expensive.
what's expensive, Marina?
Clay that's already made. I've come across a few.
Yeah, no, I
But the
mean, you
few
say they're
grand,
expensive. What is that? How much? We talking
like
3,000? We talking
yeah,
1,000?
like $2,000 to $3,000 for a sleigh.
Okay,
I think is kind of crazy. Of course, they were
that's.
beautiful antiques.
I was going to say that's an antique sleigh. Yes.
Yeah, right,
And I mean, all of those antique ones are going to go for that price. So
right.
I'm
So
not,
is Mike still going to be usable?
as long as we won, yes. I mean,
So it's not like we don't totally not have one to
no,
use.
no, as long as Mike is going to be in the parade, we have the use of his sleigh.
Mm.
So, but it's something we should think about. Come up with a design or something. And if the town can't make it, maybe we can have the prison woodworking shop make us something. So it would be expensive through them too and everything. But
Plus, with COVID, we don't know if there's any woodworking shops in schools or tech schools
I
for students
believe the
to make them.
prison woodworking shop is still open. I believe they're still selling stuff out of that shop and everything. So,
Mhm. Well,
Catherine,
the
could
prisoner's
you?
got plenty of time, so.
Right, we've got some time. Could you check with Helen if that they're still operating the woodworking shop?
They are still operating because I'm bringing stuff down to them in a couple of weeks.
Okay,
What'd you
so
make, Catherine?
Hmm?
What'd you make?
They're gonna they're gonna reupholster my couch and a chair,
Cool.
but the industry is opened up. I mean,
good.
they're
Awesome.
backlogged. I'm not going to get these things back until probably the end of summer. That's how much they're backlogged. They opened up
Wow.
January, I think.
Wow.
Wow.
Hopefully you don't need the couch before that.
No,
So, okay. Anything else that we need to discuss at this point?
Going back to Riverfront Park, what about the lights and the electronics board that we were gonna have? We were gonna have an electronic board for messages. We talked about it this summer.
That's correct. Yes,
And we were gonna get
and
the lights sorted out down there as well as the electrical outlet. And we had talked about putting in new cameras.
the cameras, Tim, I believe you purchased those, correct?
Yes, we encumbered the funds, and that's on Mango's list. They've been finishing up work for us over at the new police department right now, but once it's easier to get in there, I think we can get it on their schedule.
Okay.
But the signboard, I'm not sure we ever did anything. Catherine, you were working with Kelly on that, weren't you?
No, I made an inquiry on my own just because I didn't know what you were talking about. Remember me, I still use rotary phones and a flip phone. So I just made an inquiry to see what it was. And then I called up Kelly because I didn't know, and I brought it to you to show you, but I called up Kelly because I didn't know what the guy was talking about. And she said to be very careful. And she would help us
Right.
when we decided to buy a variable message board.
Okay, let's do this. Let's ask Kelly if she's available to sit in on our meeting next month, and we can run all these signs by her and talk with her and get a price from her and everything for all of these, because the signboard, what we wanted was to go in under the pavilion in our um, display case
Plexiglass case.
behind the glass to say that the picnic tables were reserved, and we wanted to be able to program that either remotely or from the storage room, that anybody could go in and program that to say Saturday, April 1st, these tables are reserved. So I think that's our best bet, is to have her, if she's available, actually sit into our meeting and talk with us, and we can ask her about the signs for 132 and talk to her about the two locations and see what she recommends as far as signs and everything. So,
Bob, I would suggest you contact her since you have all that information.
That way she can come to the meeting with
Yeah,
ideas and thoughts and prices.
prepared.
right,
Yep, because otherwise you're
what
gonna have to wait another month.
no, that's what I would do when I set her up coming to the meeting. I'd tell her what we're looking for, and then
Like
we
I
can
did before.
all ask her questions as she makes a presentation or proposal to us and everything. So I will do that. Ellie, you talking about the lights down there reminded me somebody is messing with the timer in the storage room. And I'm not sure who's fooling with it, but I went down Saturday or Sunday to take the wreaths down and got those down. I didn't get the garland down because that whole pavilion area is a skating rink, and I didn't feel comfortable trying to put ladders up and everything to take the garland down. But you will notice the wreaths are gone. But I've noticed, I've come back a couple nights around 11:15, 11:30, come into town after traveling, and the lights are still on in the park. So I says, well, what the heck's going on? And I also saw that they were going on at 4:30 in the afternoon, which in the winter you need them on at 4:30, but it's daylight now. So I opened the timer and changed that to, I think, 5:45 that I have the lights coming on, but they were set to go off at 6:30 a.m. So somebody moved the timer and had those lights going all night long.
Hey, Bob,
Yes, Tim.
is that a new timer? Is that like a dial timer, or is that the one that Catherine and I used to have to program?
No, that's the it's an old timer, but it's a dial timer where you just slide the
Oh
lock
yeah, yeah,
screws
yeah. Okay.
around, and both lock screws were screwed in tight. So I know it's not just that it had loosened up and dropped to 6:30. I'm assuming it must be a highway department that's done it, but I can't say for sure. So I'm almost thinking we need the bathroom timer has got a lock on. I'm almost thinking we need to lock both of them up, and I can put a lock on if you guys want to see, and then see who complains to us and everything. Unless you know why they're on all night, Tim. I mean, have you heard anything?
No. Can you hear me? No, I have no idea. I haven't been in there in months since
So,
diagnosing what was going on with the communications.
yeah. So, um, Peter, you haven't heard anything, or
Nope.
okay?
Will they take a normal size padlock or does it have to be a small one?
I think it takes a normal size.
Because I have more of those padlocks that we all, we all have a key for them.
That,
We
I
might
was
not want
thinking.
that.
Well, I
I
mean,
was
the park commissioners have keys. I don't think Public Works has keys to those, do they?
Well, that's the same one that's out front at the
Ballard?
ballot, isn't it?
Yeah, do they have a key to that?
It's right in next to the.
Oh, it's hanging.
Hanging in there.
Okay.
It's hanging.
Well, I like your idea of putting a lock on there and then see who complains.
So I just figured I could temporarily get a lock. Uh, Actually, Billy, do you have combo locks?
Uh-huh.
Why don't I buy a combo lock and then I can send it to all of us and put that on, and we can have the combo. So I'll
Okay.
stop down over the weekend, Bill, and get a combo lock from you.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I
What
just
was
got a
that,
message
Marina?
from the state of New Hampshire. Huh. They're not doing COVID-19 vaccinations at the college. They're moving it all over to Belknap Mall. How fun is that?
Julian got his down at Walgreens last week.
Hmm.
So they're moving from the college
Yep.
over to Belknap Mall.
Yeah.
So that must mean they're going to go inside like they're doing down at Sears.
I don't know.
Oh,
I guess I'll find out next month.
oh, that's right. You got the um things.
My
So
aunt.
yeah.
Yeah. And do you know if you had COVID, you don't have to get a vaccine, especially if you had extensive COVID, like my sister.
Yeah, but if you
Isn't
were
that
in
Interesting.
interesting?
a case, they're still recommending it. I was listening to Fauci on a webinar today.
Hmm. I thought they would have given her one in one of the 3 hospitals, but they said no.
Yeah, extensive, but if you had a minor case, they really want you to get the,
Okay, moving on. Is there anything else we need to discuss? Marina, anything with the parade that we have to discuss at this point, or is it still way too early?
Way too early.
Okay, good. We'll
I'll
keep
get a
checking
hold
in
of
with
Bob
you each
Cormier.
month.
I know. I'll get a hold of Bob Cormier at some point when he settles down a little bit from doing all his events and get some more information from him of his contacts.
Good. If there's nothing else, I guess we can entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting. And I guess before we do that, one more question for Tim. Do we have any idea when the town hall will be open for us to hold the in-person meetings there again? Or
Well, I believe you're permitted to have in-person meetings now. The building is closed to the public, for business, aside from by appointment
What?
only. But for meetings, and Peter, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you can meet in person here as long as you're socially distanced and you wear masks. And,
13 people or less.
13 or less, that's right. And otherwise, I believe the selectmen moved the date, or at least Jeannie informed me the selectmen had moved the date to the end of March for opening town hall to the general public on a daily basis.
Unless there's a change from the governor's office.
okay. What's everybody's thought? Do we want to go back to in-person meetings? I know Catherine was asking tonight if we were meeting in person, or do we want to keep just doing these virtual meetings? I'm sure it's easier for Mike doing the virtual than having to come, but what's everybody else's pleasure?
It's not until April 12th, so we have time to think about it.
Remember,
Nice to meet at the park.
you can do it combo. If there's some people that feel uncomfortable and want to do it virtual, and some people want to meet in person, you can do that.
Mm-hmm. What is
That
that
means we
noise?
have to have a computer there that we can look at.
I have it set up upstairs.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Well, right now it's at the new, but not gonna be there this Thursday, but otherwise, yeah, I have something.
Can't hear Tim at all.
I can take care of you.
Okay.
I'm sure you can.
Do I have a motion to
So
adjourn?
moved. I move we
Is
adjourn.
there a second?
Second.
Third.
Ellie seconds. All in favor? Catherine? Peter?
Yes.
Marina?
Marina, yes.
Ellie, yes. Bill, yes. Mike, thanks for coming, and we'll let you know next month if we're meeting in person or virtual. And I guess even if we're meeting in person, you can do it virtually if you like. So I hope
That's
we didn't hold you away from your supper too long.
all right.
We'll
Thanks,
see
everybody.
everybody later. And Tim, you can stop the recording. And thank you for sitting in as always.
Don't forget to vote
And don't forget, oh, did you
tomorrow.
see what happened to the guy running in North? Did you stop the recording?
I'm trying to. Hang on.
Oh.